Hey YouTubers, Deputy Dog here. I'm actually at a convention in South Padre Island, and it is the dead of winter here. It's around 75 degrees. In fact, in the sun, it's actually a little too uncomfortable. But in the shade, it's fine. So I wanted to show you my view from the balcony, and I wanted to talk about this palm tree here. They've got them all throughout the island and around. And actually, I wanted to talk about its uses. And one of the things you can use in a survival situation is the bark. This came off, as you can see on the tree. There's a lot of bark there. It just comes off very easily in the hand. I didn't want to take any of the live part of the plant just because I don't necessarily need it. And I think in a survival situation, if you need it, use it. You're not going to worry about the plants or whatever, but I don't want to destroy the plants if I don't really need them. But one thing that you can use either when they're alive or when they're dried is, let's see if I can get this up here close enough, the fibers of this bark. Now, just like the coconut, you can actually use the coconut fibers off the husk of the coconut to make cordage. You can either braid it or roll it. A lot of the Hawaiian islands and natives of different islands will actually have a technique where they roll the cordage on their leg one way and then they have another one twisting the other way, and it rolls up and makes the twisty rope that you kind of see. You see like hemp fibers and hemp rope and stuff that you buy. They actually make that just rolling it on their bare thigh. So if you're wearing shorts or whatever, and this stuff pulls apart fairly easily. All this stuff is dried already, and it's dried on the tree. It's just hanging off. I just pulled off a little piece and it came right off. So all of this, very strong fibers. Of course, you're not going to use one or two of them. You're going to use a bunch of them, and you can make cordage. I know how to braid. You could probably even tie different knots into it, to use it to lash. This is just a small piece, but as you see in the big long tops of the trees, let me show you that. You can get that, and this is not that tall. This is probably about 12 foot to where the green starts, so that would be easy to scale. There's also a lot of ones that have a big top like that, but they're only about 3 feet tall. So they get a lot of green on there. They grow straight up. So this cordage could be very useful. As you know, cordage is one of the important things to have in a survival situation. And this, very, very tough. I can't even rip it apart. That's the stuff that is actually a little bit more, it's not as dried as much as this down here. And what you could do is you could take a rock, a seashell, whatever, piece of coral, and you can actually beat on this a little bit, and what it will do is make the bark a little bit more pliable and separate. It'll separate, and then you have the fiber inside, just like this. And so it peels apart. You can use the outside bark. Fire starting takes a ember really, really well. But I'm at a hotel and they don't want me to start a fire, I'm sure. So I won't be doing that here. But just something very, very useful. And I wanted to share you. So whatever environment you're in, you can just take a look around. This is growing right here at my hotel. And just wanted to take the time and share that with you. Anything you have, if you just look and think about it outside the box and say, okay, I actually looked on the internet before I did this because I wanted to see what else people have talked about. I didn't look on YouTube, I Googled it. Couldn't find anything. I think they make some furniture out of it, but as survival techniques, I'm surprised that there's not a lot of stuff out there on making cordage and things like that, maybe on YouTube. But very, very cool stuff. You can actually, if you find a coconut The cordage from the coconut I think is even better. I've actually made rope out of that before, and that was extremely strong. So if you don't have paracord, you got a endless supply. If you just have one tree, you can make a rope as long as you want. So for you survivor guys out there, if you're close to a beach, here you go. I challenge you to, if you got a palm tree that's shedding like this, take the dry parts off, make a rope, and send me a video. I'd love to see what people do with this. So you guys that are around the beach, let me know. Hope you enjoyed this segment of my channel. Till next time, see you later.